at the close of the Games, but will be another amazing legacy of Olympic cooperation. Paris was so gracious, and Mayor Hidalgo was so gracious in showing us around the city, but telling us what we need to do. I know, though, under the leadership of Casey Wasserman, we are going to have a spectacular game in Los Angeles that will acknowledge and lift up all of the cultures and neighborhoods in our cities. I also want to extend my thanks to the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee and our partners again at LA 28. Both are as committed to the vision of what 2028 will be as we are in our city of LA. Since seeing the transformative power of the Olympic movement and sports to unite cities, nations, and people here in Paris, it makes me even more energized for 2028. We know that Angelenos will benefit from the preparation and hosting of the Games, and we want to make sure that every part of our city benefits, from our small businesses to our neighborhoods. And we, in addition to being one of 3 cities to host the Games for the 3rd time, we also in Los Angeles have the legacy of 40 years ago and Mayor Tom Bradley. And if you think about it, it was one of the first times the Games were held that it actually turned a profit, and 40 years later, we are still benefiting from what happened in 1984. And as Casey mentioned, in terms of the traffic, we were all terrified at what traffic was going to be 40 years ago. But I know when we have a Games that is carless, and for LA, we all know that's going to be a challenge. You have to take public transportation in order to get to the Games. And thanks to our federal partners, we will have the resources. And my friend and former colleague in Congress, Senator Coons, we had $200 million approved in the budget for transportation in LA, which will be critical. And our own Senator Padilla is going to make sure that we get a signature on that $200 million. So let's enjoy the Games and let's get ready for 4 years from now. Go LA. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Bass, and thank you for, well, it says for your kind introduction, but anyway. Sorry. And to you, Casey, and to so many elected officials from across the United States, I'm grateful for everything that you've done to champion the LA 2028 Games. And because of you, the Olympic flame will shine brightly in our nation once again. And Ambassador Bauer, Denise, every day you show the world the best of who we are as Americans. And thank you for your leadership and for your friendship. And to Billie Jean King, who I know is somewhere here, it's wonderful to see you. You've always inspired us to chase down our dreams on and off the court. And we have such phenomenal performers here, like Ludovic, who, as you came in the door, and I know that your heart for music comes from your family and through your trumpet, and you've brought the spirit of the family to the Olympics. I'm also grateful to the hip-hop performers, so I missed them because I was in the photo line, but they did a trick for me with that ball that was pretty incredible, so thank you to the hip-hop 360 performers. Thanks. So you remind us that the human body can be so fluid, well, for most of us, and precise at the same time. So last night was just, it was spectacular. The rain did not dampen our spirits. And Casey, honestly, every step of the way, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, how are we going to top this? How are we going to top this? So, okay, so Paris has the, Eiffel Tower, but we have Hollywood, and the magic of Hollywood that makes all dreams come true. So I think we're going to be okay. So under the endless blue skies of Los Angeles, break dancers glide on concrete plazas, surfers coast on crashing waves, and rollerbladers spin in skate parks by the beach. It's a city where new generations of dreamers shape our culture in music studios and on movie sets. A city where communities from around the world live side by side. Their cuisines merge, and through the lines of culture blur. Their identity as one city becomes brighter and more defined. And at the 2028 Games, Olympians and fans will see themselves reflected in Los Angeles. Add that to our American warmth, hospitality, and leadership. Not to mention experience, as this will be LA's third time hosting the Olympic Games. And the last time that Los Angeles hosted in 1984, as we're all thinking back, we saw the first Olympic marathon for women. The first athlete using a wheelchair to compete in the Olympics, and the perfect tens that earned gold medals in women's gymnastics. Not to mention the up-and-coming athlete who just, this is so funny, finished his last college season, Michael Jordan. So we've come a long way in 4 decades, and I'm grateful to the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee that they'll push us even further in the next 4 years. For women, for Paralympic athletes, and for the kids who will watch the games, dart out to their backyard with a stopwatch and see if they can run as fast as Gabby Thomas. Planning the Olympics and the Paralympics is not a solo sport. It takes a lot of work to welcome 15,000 athletes, prepare for millions more spectators, and outfit venues for more than 50 sports. But with our phenomenal team, the LA Games will allow the world to unite a generation of athletes to soar. And 6 short years later, we'll gather around the snowy mountains of Utah for the 2034 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. So if you're like me, I was like, okay, how old am I going to be in 2034? So congratulations to you, Fraser, and the rest of the SLC 34 team for your hard work. I've had the honor of leading the United States delegation of 2 Olympics Games, Tokyo in masks and, seated like so far from one another, and now Paris. So I've got to watch Team USA gold and experience the unique ways that Japan and France opened their arms to the world. And we can't wait to extend that warm welcome in the United States. For now, though, we're in a stunning place, surrounded by generous people. So let's savor the singular beauty of Paris, and let's celebrate not only the split-second victories and breakout stars, but the years of your effort and teamwork that made this all possible. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you.